See, when your beginning point is that tax cuts solve everything, and the first thing you do is pass the most unjust and unfair tax policy that we've seen in years, then what we're seeing now is that has collateral damage in what you can do in other areas. So you can't really raise the money to do what you ought to do for public education. Not just what you ought to do, but what the courts have said in Leandro for years, what should be done. That, by the way, even Democrats didn't fully move on because you've gutted government. Now you have this big hole. So the pressure of the people is pushing the governor and others to say we got to do something because the political election year is coming up, but they don't have anything to do something with without doing more cuts. They need to repeal this voucher program, repeal the attempt to put more money in charter schools than in clear public schools, and they need to repeal this unjust tax system and all of the cuts that they made to raise taxes on working poor people and even senior citizens and lower it on the extreme wealthy who don't even need it, so that we have the resources in our state government to then properly budget. We can never fully fund public education as it should be as long as our tax policy is wrong. Now, interestingly, this is not my idea. 1785, John Adams said that every student, I paraphrase, ought to have access to a school, and it should not be funded by private charity, but should be funded by the public, by the tax dollars of the public. That's 1785. So this legislature is out of touch with history. You will never properly fund public education if you have a failed policy of trickle-down economics that cuts taxes for the super wealthy, raises it on everybody else, and diminishes the amount of resources we have available to us in the state legislature.